Hey, yo. Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.
Yo, check it.
Okay.
Turn my headphones up, god damn it.
Turn them out, yes. I won my fantasy game, bro.
Boom. Live and direct.
Let's go.
I didn't even think about what episode it is. Is it 58?
It's episode 58, and I can confidently tell you that I most definitely, off the top of my head, 100%. I mean, you're talking about number 58, bro. You're talking about no athlete that I know that has number 58.
Not gonna be able to do it. What's that? Is there even a number 58? Like,
okay,
does it exist?
Ed McDaniel, I know he played for the Vikings a long time ago. He's a linebacker, so I got one random one.
I don't know what that is.
No.
What's Ed McDaniels?
Yeah, he played for the Vikings years ago. He was number 58. That's the only one I got, though.
Bro, you got any sports takes, right? Since we couldn't think of any numbers, you got any real quick sports takes?
Sports takes. I mean, Tom Brady's down 31-0 at halftime. Okay, I got a sports take that's gonna require some activation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hate how, so you know Dwayne Haskins was the quarterback for the Washington Redskins and he got benched, right?
I believe they're called the Washington football team.
Oh, that's right, the Washington.
You know, because of
Caucasians.
racism.
Yeah,
Right.
My bad. The Washington Caucasians, and he got benched. And he wasn't very good. But my thing is like, there's so many trash like white quarterbacks in the league, you know.
Yes.
And there's a lot of them. Gardner Minshew, not very good. Daniel Jones, not very good. Sam Darnold, not very good. There's tons of examples. I could keep going, right?
Yep.
The thing about black quarterbacks, right? So let's think of the black quarterbacks we got, right? Pat Mahomes, top 5 in the league. Lamar Jackson, top 5 in the league. Not having a good year passing the ball, but such an amazing athlete that he's one of the best in the league. Russell Wilson, top 5 in the league. Mm-hmm. Deshaun Watson, top 5 in the league. The thing about black quarterbacks is they are not allowed to be mediocre. They have to be elite or they're gone.
Or they're out of here.
But the white quarterbacks, right? They'll a white quarterback, a mediocre white quarterback can be the face of a franchise
for decades.
But a mediocre black quarterback, out of the league. So that's my hot take. We either got to be elite or we're gone.
Yep. I mean, that's the case for not just in football, but for anything
in life, not even just
any
sports.
situation that a black person, a black man, and even more so a black woman finds themselves in. You have to work. I mean, we've heard this before. Work 3 times as hard to get paid a third as much or whatever. Yeah. But the part about that they don't really tell you is that, like, not only do you have to work twice as hard to get paid half as much, you also have like no room for error. Mm-hmm. Any opportunity for them to build, and when I say them, I'm talking about white people. You goddamn it ass niggas. Hold on a second, bro. Just yada past what just happened. Donald Trump has been ejected from office. Now hold on a minute. I see you celebrating ass niggas, bro. Right, bro. Now look, I see a lot of you people celebrating, goddamn it. here's what I understand.
Right.
You motherfuckers voted for him in way more volume than he did in 2016.
70 million.
This guy got the second most
supremacy.
votes of all time. So what you're telling me is that despite in the face of the open white supremacy, the bigotry, the racism, the ageism, the sexism, the transphobia, the Islamophobia, you decided at minimum that is not a deal breaker for you, and you want to keep going, which in my opinion is a flat out act of racism, right? Furthermore, y'all not off the hook. Sure, we got Trump out of here. Black people showed up on y'all dumbasses. Black people y'all been talking about all the black vote, got to get out the vote. Right, y'all been putting this responsibility on us when we only represent 12% of the population.
In the fourth quarter
have never had the numbers to impact the election. Never had the numbers to lose the election.
Right.
But you know what we do have? We have the power to save y'all fucking dumbasses. We have the power to pull up in the burning building where y'all sit up here with the whole house on fire thinking that it's no problem. And we came, and then Auntie came, you know, with her in her Volkswagen and came and pulled your ass out. She came with her bonnet on and her flip flops because she got so much other shit to do than be worried about your raggedy ass. And she came in there and pulled your stupid ass out of the fire.
Yes,
and then and groaned at you and took your ass back home and told you to act right. Look, man. This is unacceptable, bro. Like there are still so many people who still voted for Trump.
Bro,
y'all are not off the hook yet, right? Like you still have to take your talking to and understand this moment that y'all niggas let this be a close call. Y'all let this be a close election. Donald Trump.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all let it be a close election. Get the fuck out of here.
Depressing.
It's depressing. Not only is it depressing, it's an act of betrayal. Right in the moment, in this moment of Black Lives Matter that we were just talking about 2-3 months ago, and now all of a sudden Donald Trump somehow almost won again.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like, and we talked about it. People that you know, right? People you probably work with, people that you're associated with, people that you see all the time. Probably, you know, they don't have your best interest at heart. You know what I mean? They probably voted for your boy. You know what I mean? But hey, man. Give me the mellow one more time. I got the fuck out of here! He's out of there.
Out of here, man.
And that does it for the woke section of the SwordCast. Psych, I'm sure there'll be more.
Hey, bro, for the moment, like, yo, let any other topic come up and a nigga will be activated because that's what I'm about. Just to put a final point on that, just so when I say they, I'm talking about white people. And white America, white establishment, right? The ruling caste, which in our country is white men in most cases. If you, as a black person in any field, not just in quarterbacks, in your job, as a parent, as a student, you can't give them, white people, any opportunity to build a case of anything other than excellence. Otherwise, they will try to find something to say, up, not good enough, up. Get out of here. Up, nigger ball. Up, like.
Hey! I didn't know we were playing nigger ball.
Right, man. Anyways.
Vince. Can you imagine Vince McMahon being a football coach? Goodness gracious.
No, I couldn't. I mean, actually, sure. How about any football coach ever that's not named? I mean, how many black. What do you got? Jim Caldwell.
Hilarious. Not a lot.
David Brian Flores and the nigga from fucking Mike Tomlin. That's it. And Jim Caldwell don't even coach anymore. You know who know what the fuck happened? The Lions fired him after they went to the playoffs 2 out of 3 out of 4 years.
Yeah, like what did they expect?
And hired a mediocre white man from the Patriots who is now super trash.
What did they? Well, Bill Belichick. See. People got to stop falling for Bill Belichick's coaching tree because y'all got to realize that Bill is out there doing everything. He don't trust nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
he didn't teach you niggas nothing.
Right. He has a historically bad coaching tree. But that does it for the sports section of the SwordCast.
Boom.
And possibly the woke section of the SwordCast. Only momentarily.
No promises.
Though. Only momentarily. So yeah, bro, episode 58. What are you into currently, my brother?
Man, nothing other than I've just been playing Ghost all the time.
Hey man,
That's all.
we had to introduce your homie to Nightmare mode.
Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Edmund and I's homie Josh. We brought him along on the Nightmare.
Yo, if you guys have not played the Ghost of Tsushima expansion pack, it is amazing. Legends mode online. Get to team up with some of your homies. Got some intense survival missions on there. Some raids. I actually played Nightmare mode, and it's the hardest thing ever. And I actually succeeded somehow. I had a really dope team, and I streamed it on Twitch because once I realized that we were gonna actually probably win it, I had to stream it because I ended up getting the mask that I really wanted really bad. The purple, the black and purple joint, the spirit
cinders,
spirit embers or whatever it's called. It's super super dope. So yeah, man, y'all gotta play it.
I too got the spirit cinders.
You have. There's another one I think that I want, but I don't think I think the only way I can get it is. We got to do the raid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a couple for the raid. I haven't even tried it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
But I completed a nightmare with my assassin. I actually completed like 2 or 3 nightmares.
I've only completed one.
But I'm trying to get the same. I'm trying to get the Spirit Cinders armor for my samurai, and I'll be feeling naked out there sometimes. Like, so there was one moment I had earlier today when I was playing, and I'm like really competent in that game. But like it got to a point where, so you know, I criticize games that like when I always say, oh, your program is showing, right? Yeah. When it's like, fuck you, fuck out of here. Programming says that I'm gonna win every time. Fuck, bitch. Like
Neo 2.
You know what I'm saying? But anyways, generally speaking, Ghost of Tsushima doesn't do that. It's a reasonable skill gap. However, Nightmare mode is designed to be cheap as fuck. It
is. It's super
like it's
cheap.
not like, and so I get that, and so I'm less forgiving. But there's like these super oni, the purple motherfuckers with the spear.
Oh my god, man!
And that was out of like there was one moment where like I got legitimately shook because I had to hold down an area by myself to wait for my backup to get here,
tough.
And I was kicking everybody else's ass, and then the big purple motherfucker came around
swinging like a madman.
And so like I had a couple of exchanges with him, like all right, and I did every play. Like I tried to dodge, I tried to counter, I tried to parry, and like this nigga was just like glitching around the map and just hitting me no matter what I did. And I got to a point where I was like, bro, I can't do nothing. Like there's nothing I could do, and I just started running around. I just started running.
I do that all the time.
And just waiting for my team to get here.
Yeah, I'll just run. I'll stay in the circle and just roll around in circles and try to buy myself some time.
I did drop a smoke bomb though, and once I got my resolve up, I sliced that nigga into a fucking salami. But yeah, that shit's it's fun though. It's like a fun challenge. It's a fun frustrating.
It's a fun chaotic Armageddon level of challenge, but it's super fun, man. I love it.
That's really literally all I've been into. About you?
So man, obviously I've been playing Ghost a lot too, but I gotta give some props to I've been super into Craig of the Creek, man. It's Craig of the Creek is a cartoon on Cartoon Network, man, and it is. I talked about it on here before, but like just my sons we just been watching it a lot. My whole family really, we all just been watching it a lot together, and it's just it's a really dope show, man. But you know, I said before, it's this cartoon, and one has just a super accurate portrayal of like a black family, right? Mm-hmm. And then it also just reminds me of my childhood a lot. And then also like there's so many kids and there's so many characters, but they all have like fleshed out like backgrounds and like personalities, and you know what I'm saying? And then you got their imaginations are off the hook, and then like the cool thing about how black the cartoon is, right, is they don't like hit you over the head with references. They just throw stuff in there, and if you get it,
that's the way it's supposed to be, man.
You get it, and if you don't, then you don't. And then it just reminds me of it's almost like Steven Universe level in terms of like, yeah, there's these episodes where the kids are, but there's like this overarching like bigger story in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's gotta be, man.
Like there's like Craig and his friends on his side of the creek, but there's a king on the other side of the creek who has stole Craig's map, and eventually it seems like they're building to like some type of war between the two sides of the creek. And it's an amazing cartoon, man. I urge you guys to check it out. Craig the Creek on Cartoon Network. It's hilarious. My favorite character is this kid. His name is the Green Poncho, and he's like a vigilante.
I see. Yeah.
It's really dope, man. So I've been watching a lot of Craig the Creek, man, and also just playing Mad Ghost.
Boom.
So, yeah, man. You already know what time it is, guys. If you have not seen Mandalorian episode 2, this is spoiler alert. I got the fuck out. Appointment television, man. We're experiencing together in real time.
Yep.
What did you think about episode 2, man? I mean, episode 1, we both enjoyed it, right? We both liked it. Let's start doing this, right? Let's start rating these episodes out of 5 stars. If we go back to episode 1, what would you give episode 1?
I would give it like 4.5 stars.
Word.
Yeah.
I would also give episode 1 4.5. I thought it was a great. Obviously, the surprise at the end was worth the price of admission. You know what I'm saying? But just, I mean, Mandalorian does a good job of just like these little side adventure stories, and that was a really good one. So I would also give episode 1 4.5 stars. What did you think of episode 2, man?
I liked it. I mean, it was another side quest. I would say that it was probably, I liked it a little bit less than the first one, maybe like a 3.75 to a 4. But it was still good. Like, it was a really good character building. It was a very interesting like boss, right? Like the spider enemies that's new for Star Wars. I mean, Baby Yoda was cute and funny, which is always good.
And menacing,
right?
In this one,
bro. Also,
jerk.
I'm gonna call bullshit on him surviving a fucking car crash where he literally ragdolls like 100 feet and just rolls around like a fucking sack of potatoes. But maybe he used the Force to protect himself. I don't know, whatever. But I liked it a lot. I mean, that episode made me like the character Din Djarin even more. But my only frustration is, all right, man, you only gonna give us like a couple of these episodes. I mean, I think there's like 9 episodes, so like, all right, let's fucking get it popping. You know what I'm saying? I would be more patient with it if we had like 15 episodes, but y'all niggas only gonna give us 8 or 9.
So y'all gotta stop with the fillers,
right? Let's get this shit cracking.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I thought the spider thing was awesome. I mean, so in the episode, basically, Mando, he goes back to the woman who has babysitted for him and her drawer. She fixes the ship up, and she has she's kind of coming off as a little sketchy.
A little bit.
she has a acquaintance, and that needs to kind of be smuggled to another planet. And he's a nice guy, so he's like he agrees to take her, and he runs into this problem. A little fan servicey with the X-Wings, but he runs into a problem with the X-Wings, and he ends up having to kind of crash land on this like ice planet. They never gave us a name, did they?
No, but obviously they wanted us to think it was
Hoth. Yeah,
bro. I have to say, if they're gonna keep doing this the whole season, like, remember all this stuff from the old Star Wars, like, bro, yes, nigga, yes, we remember this shit. Come on, let's stop doing that.
Right.
We're here already. You don't have to reel us back in with the nostalgia. Let's just tell the story.
Right, bro.
So far though, I'm not. I'm okay with it. But
Yeah,
like, if you're gonna keep doing that shit, I might have to fucking.
Yeah, you know, and then he gets there, and there ends up being this. Baby Yoda's on. He's like a starving child, and he's so the woman he's escorting to this planet is she's like a frog, right? And she has her eggs that are in this little like incubator backpack that she has, and Baby Yoda just keeps reaching in there and eating her eggs.
That was making me so uncomfortable, bro. Like,
and then he has to, you know, he tells him to stop. So then he goes off and he finds some eggs in this like frozen tundra cave that they're in. And he starts to eat the eggs, and it ends up being spider eggs, and they get attacked by these giant spiders and the giant mother spider. It was a little creepy. It was cool though, man. I mean, I'm really digging the creatures, right? I'm digging the creatures that we haven't really seen in Star Wars. You know, we had the giant dragon thing in the first the Krayt dragon in the first episode, and then we get the spider in the second one. So I'm here for that. But like I said, I would give this episode 3.5. I thought it was cool, but like I said, a little fan servicey, man. Just with the hey, remember this and this and that. But I thought it was good. I thought it was cool, little side quest. But like you said, bro, like I would be much cooler with that if we were getting like 15 to 20 episodes. But like, come on now. Y'all gotta start telling this story now. We only getting like 9 episodes.
I also noticed that this episode was like 8 minutes shorter.
See,
I'm watching you, motherfucker. Goddamn it. Y'all think, I mean, it's dope and everything, but y'all niggas need to stop doing this. Disney Plus costs like $7 to $8 a month. Goddamn it, come on.
Y'all better give me that full episode.
Give me 1 hour, nigga. Me and Edmund argue about this all the time. If I ever get a 6-episode season of anything, I am not watching that shit, bro. Fuck you. I got the fuck out of here. Give me for me the perfect amount is like 13 to 15 episodes.
Yeah, eight or 9 is too short especially for something like this.
And especially if it's gonna be like 2.5 years in between each season.
At least the episode should be an hour. If I'm down for an 8-episode season, but they should be hour-long episodes, man.
Bro, to me even that's not enough. Give me 12 episodes, 1 hour each. Because we wait for so long for this shit, bro. Come on, man.
And we're loyal, man. Like we watch
at a certain point, bro. Like it's not gonna be worth it if it's only 6 40-minute episodes. That's not worth it.
No, I agree.
Even if it's fantastic, it's still not enough.
Cheating and cutting it short. But what I will say that I did really love about this episode, the fighting scene at the beginning may be my favorite Mando fight scene so far.
When he fought off the bandits.
Where they set the trap for him.
Mm-hmm.
It was really dope action scene, and small detail. They set the trap for him with this rope, and he's on a speeder, and it trips his speeder, and he just goes flying off the speeder,
and it kills Baby Yoda.
But he does this thing where he like uses his jetpack to like stop him from flying, and it just he just lands. I thought that was really dope.
but wait a minute. I know I keep saying this Baby Yoda thing. He saves himself, but he just let the baby just like hit the concrete or hit the fucking rocks or sand going literally like hundreds of miles an hour. Like it's hard for me to suspend my disbelief on that, bro.
I mean, I feel you, but he's also a Jedi, so a Force user. Not a Jedi, but he's a Force user. So right. I'm sure he'd be all right. But yeah, man, I dug the action scene at the beginning, but just a very much a filler episode. I'm hoping in the next one we start getting into some more like concrete storytelling and some big time, some cameos. I know it's supposed to be a lot of dope characters in this, so but heading to a new planet always means some good stuff, so I'm excited for it.
I've also heard that Rosario Dawson has been absolutely confirmed as Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, see, so I'm hoping for some. Could get some Ahsoka, could get some Bo-Katan, could get some Sabine. Like, there's so many possibilities. We already had a Boba Fett sighting, so I'm excited, man. But Joe, man, let me get into this wrestling recap real quick. All my pro wrestling fans out there. Yesterday, Hero came over. We did our thing. We always do. I grabbed the pay-per-view. He grabs the junk food.
1,000 chicken wings.
1,000 chicken wings, 17 pizzas. And we just eat it all, and watch wrestling.
I was literally taking the food out of his children's mouths.
Last
Jaylus,
night,
give me that.
give me a piece of chicken. Last night was AEW Full Gear. What'd you think about it, man?
I liked it, man. I liked it a lot. It wasn't my absolute favorite pay-per-view, but there were some really good matches. They started right off. I was actually late, so shout out to you for pausing it.
Yeah, man. I was surprised they started.
Hangman and Kenny, but that was a fire match. I'll be honest, bro. I was pleasantly surprised because I hate on FTR and that like slow moving style of tag team wrestling. But that may have been between that and the Kenny Adam Page match. That might have been the best match. I like the Darby Allin Cody match as well. So yeah, I mean the Hikaru Shida and Nyla Rose was a little slow for me. I think I fell asleep because I don't actually remember who won. Who actually won?
Hikaru Shida won.
Oh yeah, she did something. I don't remember. I literally fell asleep.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I like the show. I think the match order was not the best. I think like you said, I loved Kenny and Adam Page. That obviously delivered. It was fire. I love that match. I'm just real excited because they did the fake Kenny build up so many times, and I think it's about time for him to be the guy. So I'm excited for that. I was pleasantly surprised by the Orange Cassidy match with my man. From Dark Order.
John Silver is flat out cold, bro.
He's a good wrestler, and he's also hilarious.
I just thought he was like a goofball, white guy, but he could fucking wrestle. And I don't typically like wrestlers that are built like him, like the big stocky action figure ass niggas that can't move. But he was getting down. I was like, oh shit,
he can go, and he's also hilarious. And Orange Cassidy, obviously, is awesome.
Yeah.
Wait
a minute. But then the interview afterwards.
Oh my goodness!
Where Dasha asked.
There was a backstage interview promo moment, and it was Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor and Trent, and then it was Miro, who was formerly Rusev in WWE, and it was Miro and what's my man's name? Kip Sabian. And his girl Penelope Ford. This was the hilarious just interaction. It was like you had Orange Cassidy who just didn't care.
Right.
So,
Dasha
what are your
asked
thoughts?
And he was like, I have no thoughts.
and then you had like Trent, who is just on 10 for some reason. And then Miro, who, aka Rusev, who was just being a complete jerk for some reason. I don't know, but
that shit was
I don't know what was going on, but I thought it was really funny. The tag match. I was super caught off guard by the finish for that. I thought the finish was awesome. I did not expect the Bucks to win. So
yeah, me neither.
Bucks winning the titles was still a little short-lived on the FTR reign, but I'm sure something will happen because, like I said, I think Matt is legitimately has a legit injury. Yeah. So, but. I love that match. That was my second favorite match. Could go either way with that, or with that and Kenny and Page. It's just that the women's division, man. Like they need to do a better job. Like I'm not a fan of the. Here's the token women's match with no build. You know what I mean? Right smack dab in the middle of the show, like. they need to. It's either got to be in a different spot or just take the time and build the matchup. Like, remember before the last pay-per-view, they had Hikaru Shida versus Thunder Rosa, and they built that matchup like it was a big deal. And the match was, and it was a really good match. So I didn't care for that. Darby versus Cody was dope. Darby winning was really dope.
They're about to push the shit out of him.
Yeah,
man.
I love Darby, and I'm super excited to see just the matchups now that we'll get for that belt. You know, like with the Cody out of the picture, Darby, you get Darby Jungle Boy, Darby, Phoenix, maybe Pentagon, maybe who else? Pot. Darby, Sammy Guevara, Darby, maybe Nick Jackson, right? Because Max got an injury. Like, there's just so many good potential matchups there. Darby, Orange Cassidy. So that's gonna be dope.
Darby is really fucking good.
He's really dope. Jericho MJF thought it was trash. I think Jericho needs to retire, not just because he's a All Lives Matter trumper, but because he looks like melted ice cream out there. Just super out of shape. It's time for him to call it quits. I didn't like that match. Mox and Eddie Kingston was absolutely brutal.
Bruh.
Yo,
he strangled him with a barbed wire.
Bro, the rubbing alcohol thumbtack spot.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Goodness gracious, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, that shit hurt me.
I actually thought Eddie might have had a shot at winning that, but
I would have preferred him to win.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I thought it was dope. So I enjoyed the show though. I thought it was good. Like I said, I just thought some of the matches were out of place. Oh yeah, and Matt Hardy and Sammy, hilarious match, but I thought it went like 15 minutes too long.
Had a random ass gangrel sighting. That shit was super random. And he was out here like wrestling
and
too.
Hurricane Helms, hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was really funny, but I thought it just went on too long. They drugged that out too much. And then New Japan had Power Struggle. I watched that. Man, I hate to say this, bro, but this was like the most disappointing New Japan pay-per-view I've watched in like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I like Shingo versus Suzuki was dope. Tanahashi versus Kenta was dope. But just, I'm so tired of Bullet Club, bro, and all the stupid interference and just... Like, what are we doing? Like, Jay White beat Ibushi for the briefcase. So now Jay White is main eventing Wrestle Kingdom against Naito. And it's like, what are you doing, Ghetto? Like, you know we want Naito and Ibushi, bro. Like, get Jay White out of here. Stop.
That sucks.
Jeez, man. It's just annoying. I'm so tired of Bullet Club, but hopefully, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I was just really annoyed by that show.
It does feel like they've worn out their welcome a little bit.
Bro, it's just, and it's not even the fact that it's Bullet Club, it's just the cheating. It's just the constant, like, that's American stuff, man. Why are we doing that? Stop. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just really annoying. But, so yeah, man. That does it for the wrestling part of the show. But let's get into... This is kind of both our wheelhouses. Let's get into some video game stuff, man.
Bruh, what you mean? I always talk about video games.
So before we get into this, if you guys are listening right now, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're listening on Spotify, join the Discord, man. I finally joined it. And I finally joined, and I have to say this is just a brilliant community of fans and myself and Hero, and you guys are hilarious.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You guys are very, very good people, hilarious people, good taste. And we'll be looking to you guys, for suggestions and stuff. So, man, if you're listening, definitely join the Discord, man. I'll be posting it on Twitter a lot. I'll post it on my Instagram story so you guys can swipe up and join it. But definitely join the Discord, man.
Strong.
But with that said, bro, microtransactions, right? Kind of trash. But microtransactions, DLC content, kind of the two things that have taken over games in the last, let's say, like 10 years or so.
Yep.
How do you feel, I guess, comparing the two?
They both are fucking trash. Is how I feel about it.
Okay. here's what I'll say, right?
I don't want anything to do with microtransactions ever. Period.
I'm a big Star Wars Battlefront guy, and microtransactions absolutely destroyed that game. And because there's a thin line between, oh, hey, you got to get lucky, man, buy some stuff, and okay, look.
Fuck that.
Here's
bro.
the only time here's the only time microtransactions are complete garbage to me. If the game is free, right? So if you're playing, I don't play Fortnite, right? I don't play Fortnite, but if my kids do, right? So if you're playing Fortnite, okay, you know what I'm saying? I get it. The game's free. Y'all gotta make money somehow. Cool. Some crates, maybe some loot crates, buy some stuff, buy some skins, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
But one, you shouldn't be able to buy your way to being a better player.
Yep.
That's trash. That's what Star Wars Battlefront was doing when it first came out. A lot of people complained, and props to EA for actually going in and like fixing that game, because Star Wars Battlefront 2 now is fantastic, but before it was trash because of that. But like I said, if the game's free, microtransactions don't bother me that bad. But you shouldn't be, like I said, you shouldn't be able to buy your way to being a better player. That's stupid.
I don't mind if you want to give people the option to buy cosmetic upgrades.
Yeah.
But if
Right.
if it changes gameplay, that
No.
I'm off it 100%.
Mellow.
Get out of here.
Not gonna be able to do it.
No.
Fuck that.
Also, like, let's. If I'm buying a game, don't make me pay for characters that should be in the game already.
Bruh,
If I'm buying WWE 2K, why do I have to pay more money when I already bought a $50 game, $60 game? Sorry, why do I have to buy wrestlers that should already be in the game? Like, why that whole thing? No, I hate it.
So here's the other part. It makes it even worse if they're like
Luke Skywalker DLC for Star
Right,
Wars.
bro, get the fuck out of here.
What are we doing right now?
It makes it even worse if like the content is already on the disc. It's just behind a paywall. So what? I bought the fucking game. So what are we doing? And so I got a lot of feelings about this, bro. Like I think that shit's super fucking trash. This video game industry is wringing us dry. They make so much more money from video games than they do movies and anything else. Like video games is one of the biggest industries ever.
Shout out to Sucker Punch, by the way, for this DLC for Ghost of Tsushima is absolutely amazing, and it was free. And as much as I hate DLC and as much as I hate microtransactions, I totally would have paid like $40 for it.
I would have paid for it too. It is awesome. However, period. Different topic. There's also talk about like, oh, next gen is gonna like what the amount that you paid. Okay, so the amount of content that you got for a game in 1995 that cost $60 is like way less than what you get now. You get way more now for $69 or for $59 in the new generation of games. So therefore, since us, the developers, are working so much harder and giving you so much more stuff, we want to charge you more money for it. And I'm like, Doug, not gonna be able to do it.
Y'all
bro.
better
Not gonna be able to do it.
I feel this way for a lot of different
stop.
reasons. One, because if you do that, then I don't ever want to see a DLC ever again.
Bruh.
Ever
Ever
again,
again.
bro.
Ever.
If you're gonna charge me an extra however many dollars,
Every time it should. Sucker Punch has the formula. If I bought the game, anything else that you add on to the game after I bought it should be free download. I should be able to just get it because I already paid the money for the video game.
especially if you're talking about a price hike. If you're talking about a price hike and they're gonna justify it by like, oh, like it's just harder to do now and everything's more expensive. No. Y'all niggas are making so much more money now than you were back in 1995. So by comparison, it probably is a wash, and you might even be coming out even more profitable even now. So what you're doing is like using this as an excuse to wring more money out of these consumers' pockets, and I'm not having it. I will not have it all. So furthermore, if prices for games are gonna go up from $59 to $69 or $79 for Gen 8 or 9, whatever, PS5.
I don't ever want to see a DLC
There's
or
no DLC ever.
Stinking microtransactions.
The game
ever.
better be fucking polished and pristine and finished as fuck when it comes out.
I better not see no patch updates if y'all me charging that much money.
I mean, that's a lot of what there are people who are. I mean, look, man, I'm not mad at CD Projekt Red necessarily with Cyberpunk. Like, I get.
Yes, you are.
Okay, yeah, right. I mean, I'm not though. Like, I understand why, but like, nigga, I'm mad at them for being surprised that niggas are frustrated. Like, that's a stupid like conclusion to draw. Like, niggas love this game. Niggas been wanting to play this shit for 15 years. Mm-hmm. Like, you already pushed it back twice. To push it back a third time and be flabbergasted that niggas are upset with you. Like, no, people get to be bothered by this shit. Like, we understand, but it's a perfectly reasonable reaction for a motherfucker to be like, damn, that shit sucks. Because it does. That's a perfectly reasonable reaction. But I understand 100%. What they need to do. They need to try to make sure that the game is polished. Now, I don't mind if you have the proper communication channels open between the publisher and the actual designers so that you can not be rushed to put out an incomplete game like the Marvel. I hear that the Marvel game has gotten a lot better, but that shit was a shell when it came out, bro.
Yeah, I heard they lost a lot of money on that game too.
As they should. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, but I stopped playing it after like 2 weeks because I'm like, all right, cool. So this is what we got. All right, well, all right, then I'm all set. But if you're gonna go that route, I expect the game, or if you want to push a game back, you do it to make sure that it's complete and like not a buggy mess when it comes out.
Right.
And that's a lot of times it's not the developer's fault. It's the same thing, bro. The video game industry, maybe this always been like this, but I'm noticing it more now, is having the same problem that the film industry does, where you've got the money people is usually out of touch old white men who don't give a fuck about anything but the bottom line. Yeah. Just want to rush something out to make their pay statements complete, which is fucking bullshit. Like, I was talking to Edmund about that because I don't know if I should disclose this, but he's entering into a new career where he's getting closer to that industry or to entertainment industry. And I'm hearing from him that like, oh, there's a lot of like moving pieces to a movie and like, and to whatever your thing that you're putting out, there's like always people at the top and people need to get their money. And my reaction to it is, yeah, I get it, but like that sucks, dog. Like, fuck that. Like, absolutely understand it makes sense, but like, fuck it still. Yeah. Like, I want the artist to be able to make their art, and when you don't have the constraint of like an out of touch, non-creative money person that's only interested in like, how can I make this as profitable as possible? It opens up so many different avenues for awesome storytelling, and it might put you in a position where you make like higher quality art. But until we get over that shit, like, I don't see any way to avoid it. It's really frustrating.
100%, bro. No, I agree, man. And it's and gamers they're so loyal. We're so loyal, man. Jeez. Right? So we deserve better.
I finally broke my 2K addiction though. But I think I'm probably gonna get 2K21
you gonna get suckered back
on
in.
PS5. That shit looks sweet as fuck on PS5, bro. I don't know,
yeah, man. So with that said, right, let's get away from video games just for a quick second because we're gonna come right back. Can you give props to a non-MCU or DC film universe comic book movie?
Yeah, man, there's plenty. There's a bunch. I know. Okay, god damn it.
Hey, well, actually,
I know the Watchmen is with DC now, and I know that it was that Charleston Comics was a DC imprint, but fuck that. It wasn't a DC EU film, and I love the Watchmen. I love the Zack Snyder version. I know a lot of people hated on it. The Watchmen fucking TV series is one of the greatest TV series of all time.
Yeah,
it is
you
amazing.
About that.
It's so good. I'm about to watch that shit again. It was so goddamn good. And there's a bunch, man. There's a bunch of like Like Spawn was pretty cool back in the 90s.
Yes, Spawn was
you know,
good.
it had some kind of some cheesy CGI, but that's okay. It was like came out in like 98.
I mean, yeah, it came out in the 90s, man.
Michael Jai White did his thing. You give me one. There's one more that I can't quite think of.
You already know I gotta go with. You already know I mean, there's a lot of examples. Okay, there's I wasn't crazy about Sin City or anything, but there's one Scott Pilgrim. It's a graphic novel. Scott Pilgrim was a dope movie.
I was gonna go with Scott Pilgrim, but I couldn't remember if it was a video game first or a comic first.
It was a graphic novel first.
Yeah, that would have been the first one on my list. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yep. But for me, you already know it's Ninja Turtles, 1990. For sure, 100%. That movie. I just think even now, right? Even now in 2020, there's been like 60 different versions of Ninja Turtles. Nothing has no movie, and that movie came out in 1990.
Yep.
No Ninja Turtle product has captured the grittiness and darkness of the comic books and the humor of the cartoon and made it work together. And that one movie is literally the only example of that. Like Shredder was like horrifying, right?
He was.
But the turtles were silly in there. And you had the comedy, but you also had the grittiness, and you had the martial arts, and you had the good fights. Like it was perfect balance of the two. So that's definitely my choice.
For sure.
But now it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show. That's right. It's time for You Can Only Pick 3. Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Let's see what we got on the menu.
Boom.
Let's see what we go on the menu today, sir. Keeping it, I'll give you a hint. Keeping it video game related.
What's that then?
What's happening there?
Ho ho ho!
So we got a little gaming console. You can only pick 3 here.
Boom.
So
wow.
we got some gaming consoles up here. A lot of good ones. Obviously missing a couple.
Shit.
We're missing. It's interesting, right? Where there's no PS2 or there's no PS1. My bad. There's no PS1. There's no Xbox 360. There's no first Nintendo. There's no Sega Saturn. But there are many good systems. I think every system on here is very good. So let's see what you got, man. Go ahead, break it down for us, man.
Damn,
What do we got here for the people that are listening and not watching on YouTube?
So the reason why I was staring so intently at the screen is because I've already determined what the top 4 are, and I know the battle. I know what it's gonna come down between, and I'm like terrified of making that decision. All right, so the first one's first. Man. We got the Sega Genesis.
Sega, man.
Which was their second system. Actually, it was like a half step up from the Sega Master System.
Okay.
I actually didn't know that until I was grown. I thought the Sega Genesis was their first console, but they had the Master System first, which was the true rival to the first Nintendo. Then you got I had a Sega Genesis, so I got a lot of respect, a lot of love for the Sega Genesis. Then we had a Super Nintendo, which was, I feel like that was everybody's favorite back when we were kids.
Yeah.
I actually never had one. Edmund had one, but I never had one. I just had the Genesis. But obviously, I played a shit ton of Super Nintendo. Then we got the one that changed it all, man. The Nintendo 64. We already told many stories about acquiring that on day one on Christmas, and how that shit kind of revolutionized everyone. Or every game from here on out. I mean, this is true 3D immersion. We haven't seen anything like it. Then, of course, you had Sega Saturn. I mean, this isn't on here, but you had Sega Saturn, you had PlayStation, and then you had my first automatic keeper, obviously, is the Dreamcast.
Yes, sir.
Favorite system of all time. Had the best startup sequence ever to this fucking day,
still
bro.
to this day.
It's incredible. Right. Love it, man. Had the VMU, or is that what that was called? The virtual memory unit.
Yep.
Where you could play like little games on the card.
On the little digital memory.
I mean, so many memories with this shit. I mean, this is where I first played Shenmue, man. Like, fell in love with that shit from here. I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the first time on there. So yeah, obviously that goes without saying. That's staying. Then we got the Nintendo Switch, which is one of the newest systems listed here. Maybe the newest system listed here, but it is already like one of my favorite systems ever. I mean, what a return to form by Nintendo.
Right.
Because they kind of dropped the ball with the Wii U, which I had as well. I got stolen, which was kind of whack.
Trash.
Then we got the PS2. That's a workhorse. PS2 was a classic, super duper classic. Got a lot of hours in on that one. Then we had a GameCube. This is another system that I didn't have, but all of my friends had one, so I was very connected to it. Played a lot of Smash on there, obviously.
Melee!
Right. Yeah, man. Super Smash Brothers Melee.
My favorite.
Probably my second favorite, but still very, very
one
good.
of my favorite games of all time. And you're talking like top 3-4 favorite games ever right there.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure. So we got the PS4, which is one of my favorite systems ever. It's my current workhorse at the moment, even though it's about to get retired here in the next couple of weeks. But man, hey man,
Tom Brady getting smacked.
What's the score now? What's the score?
0-38.
Good grief. Who are they playing?
The New Orleans Saints.
Who that? God damn it. Yeah, shout out to the PS4.
Goodness, bro.
Obviously one of my favorites ever. And then we got the Xbox One, which, to be perfectly honest with, I don't think I've ever played the Xbox One at all.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I mean, I gotta have a PS4. I wasn't about to get both. Like, why?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's cool, I guess. I don't know, whatever. So how are we gonna do this?
Oh my god.
So I mean, there's a couple that I'm gonna just get rid of the ones that I never had, just because obviously that would be weird if it would make the list. So NES gone, NES gone, GameCube gone.
Okay.
Then we got to get rid of. I gotta shave down another tier here. Oh, also Xbox gone, obviously.
Okay.
So that leaves me with NES. I'm sorry, with Sega, 64, PS2, PS4, Dreamcast, Switch. So PS2 is going to be the next to go, as well as the Nintendo or the Sega Genesis. So that leaves us with the final four, and this is what I immediately saw this list, and I knew it was going to come down to this four. It's going to be between PS4, Dreamcast, Switch, and Nintendo 64. So the two that are definitely in for sure. Ooh, man. And even the one that stays outside of the Dreamcast is a little bit of a sleeper. I'm going to keep the PS4. I'm going to put that in over the 64 and the Switch, just because.
Wow.
I've really like got a lot of good work in with the PS4, man. It was a super solid system. And I like the new. I mean, I'm a nostalgia guy as well, but like I can't help it. I'm impressed with the shit that is new and looks sweet. Like that shit's impressive to me. So what it's gonna come down to is between the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 64, and I don't know which direction I'm gonna go here. I love the Switch, man. Okay, I guess I do. Okay, I cannot turn my back on the 64, bro. Like I put in too much work with it, man. You had Smash, you had Mario 64, you had Wave Race, you had Zelda Ocarina of Time. I mean, it's just so many games that I put in so many hours on. The Switch, I love. Obviously, it's just such a cool concept, and it works beautifully.
Yeah.
But I just haven't put in the same hours. I literally only play Smash, and Zelda on the Switch. And I just got No More Heroes, so I started playing that a little bit too.
Right.
But, and I played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 when that came out. And that was fun too, but like that would be just sacrilegious if I put it in ahead of the 64. So that's what it's going to come down to, man. The Dreamcast obviously number 1, PS4, and then the Nintendo 64. Boom.
Hey man, I like it. That's tough. All right, man, let's go. You can only pick 3 video game consoles. All right, Sega. Me and my brother had a Sega. Loved it. Was definitely my kind of break into gaming. It wasn't a system that we were there for the hype and stuff. But when you were a kid, you just kind of looked up and there was like a Sega. Don't know where it came from. Don't know how you got it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just played it. I got a lot of memories on Sega, so I do love Sega, man. We talked earlier about how the Sega had the sound card that just
that was the thing,
allowed
man.
the fire soundtracks, man.
That was the thing that set it apart was that sound card. That shit was thumping, bro. It was a dramatic. That's one of the selling points that they were using to sell the Sega Genesis over the Nintendo was because of how the soundtracks were all pumping.
Yeah.
And if you think back, like all of your favorite games on the Sega had the coldest soundtracks, bro.
Soundtracks, yeah, for sure.
Streets of Rage, all of them bitches.
Super Nintendo.
Right,
I'm
bro.
old.
Sleepy deepy time.
Sleepy old man. Super Nintendo, like you, bro, right? Everybody loved it. Me and my brother did not have a Super Nintendo, but my cousin Jason did. So we used to go over their house and we played it a lot over there. So Super Nintendo, like I said, it's a classic. Played it a lot, but didn't have it personally. Nintendo 64, we champion this system all the time. Legend, one of my all-time favorites. One of the GOATs. Just a lot of memories with this one too, and has some of my favorite games ever. So I love N64. Obviously, my favorite system of all time, Sega Dreamcast. It's a no-brainer for me. That's gonna be my first keeper, is Sega Dreamcast. Just come on, man, let's go. The fighting games.
RPGs.
So many. The fighting games, RPGs, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Street Fighter 3rd Strike, King of Fighters, Garo, Mark of the Wolves, Capcom vs. SNK, Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive. Man, so many on Dreamcast. Then you had the Street Fighter Alpha 3. Then you had the sweet RPGs, just Skies of Arcadia, amazing game. Jet Set Radio, amazing game with an amazing soundtrack. So many just classics on Dreamcast, man. My favorite system ever. Nintendo Switch, whoo! The Switch, man. The Switch is amazing. It's amazing. I love the Switch, man. Might possibly be my favorite system right now. So I had big love for the Switch. PS2, man, another system that was big, for us. I love PS2. Me and my brother, I remember getting it for Christmas. It was awesome. GameCube. I'm a GameCube truther, man. I love GameCube, bro. Smash Melee, Beautiful Joe. GameCube had some sweet games, and Mario Kart Double Dash was really, really fun.
I remember that cheating that shit.
GameCube also, man, a lot of people don't know this. GameCube snuck Capcom vs. SNK 2 on there.
It did.
Played it a lot on GameCube, man.
It also had a Soul Calibur port as well.
Soul Calibur, Metroid Prime 2. I think Metroid Prime was on GameCube. GameCube was a heavy hitter, bro. I love GameCube. PS4, whew, that's my baby, man, right now. I love PS4. Obviously, the console of my favorite game of all time, Ghost of Tsushima. And like you, I love nostalgia, bro, but I do appreciate the sweet new looking stuff, right?
New tech.
Xbox One, All right, let's go. My first keeper is Dreamcast.
Boom. Easy peasy.
My second keeper is going to be Nintendo 64.
Hey.
Boom. All right, so this is gonna be so for me, it's coming down.
Wait, let me guess. I guess I'm gonna go away from the Switch, and I'm gonna guess that it's gonna come down between the PS4 and the GameCube.
It is, bro. I love Switch, but it's gonna come down to PS4 and GameCube for me. Okay. I love PS4, but I gotta
fire.
I gotta be a little unconventional here, man. I put a lot of time in on this system. I just so many things about it I thought were really cool. I thought it was so cool how small the discs were.
Yeah, little mini discs.
And like I said, man, GameCube's got a lot of sweet games, bro. Like you got, like I said, you got Smash, you got Metroid, you got Zelda. There's some really good Zelda games on GameCube. You got I told you they snuck some good fighters on there. And I'm a big fan of the GameCube controller too, bro. Like I love the GameCube controller. Honestly, very possibly might be my favorite controller ever. I really love the GameCube controller. So I got to go with GameCube, man. Let's go. Boom. I'm keeping the Dreamcast. I'm keeping the Nintendo 64. And I'm getting a little unconventional here. I'm keeping the GameCube. Bang.
For my favorite, I'm boring, man. My favorite controller is the PS4 controller. I mean, just like the PlayStation controller in general.
I love the GameCube controller. Like, if I could take that controller and just put it on every system I play, I totally would. I love GameCube controller.
Dog. I feel like the GameCube controller only works for Smash for me.
Bro, I love it. And the crazy thing is, like, I think that controller is so good for, even though, like, so one day you're gonna have to come over and I have a GameCube, but I don't have Capcom vs SNK 2. But I'm gonna have to get it just so you can play a fighting game with that controller, because that controller is like perfect for fighting games. And GameCube isn't known for fighting games, but it had some really good ones, and playing them with that controller it's exquisite.
I'm just my brain is wired to, if I play a fighting game on there, I'm gonna just be trying to do short hops the whole time and fast falls
stuck in Smash mode.
Right.
So the Bucks had the nerve to kick a field goal. They're down 38-0. So now it's 38-3.
That's fun.
But hey man, it's time. Look, man, I'm excited about this top 5.
Hell yeah.
We've been wanting to do this for a while. We haven't, but now we are here. I think the fans are gonna like this too. Let's go, man. Top 5 favorite video game soundtracks ever.
Hold on, I'm gonna answer. So one question that we had here, I want to answer this real quick.
Okay.
What was your first experience with hip hop?
Oh man, I skipped that. My bad,
bruh. I don't know if y'all ever heard of me.
Ask that again. I'll ask it.
Yeah,
because you're gonna answer it. So I skipped this on accident, but yeah, bro, we're about to get into some video game soundtracks, right? So, what was your first experience with hip hop in a video game?
Bro, this is why I make beats, is because of video games. Like, there was a time where I wanted to make video game soundtracks.
Fantastic.
I'll get into that a little bit more specifically, but like, I always listened to the video game music. I always was connected to the music. And it always was something that informed my own artistic journey. Like, I don't know if y'all ever listened to any of my music before, but like, I like frequently sample from video games. I'm gonna play a really quick. I don't know if you've actually heard this beat. Have you? Mcmahon sample. Obviously, I don't actually remember what game. I think it's Mega Man 2. Boom.
Mega Man 2.
Hey.
What's this wrong?
I just on my record from like 6 years ago.
The one you do with Mellow Orange?
Yeah. This is one of my like favorite beat battle beats. Started going crazy on y'all. Like, oh shit, what the fuck was that? Yeah, so and it's fuck with this shit. Like, this is what I've made entire albums like focusing on video games and like sampling from video game albums and like using a single. I think, have we lost Nav? Wait, we about to go to space right quick. We about to, in my mind, this always has represented a video game, like a space battle. This is when I first started to learn how to use stutter edit. This is like 5 years ago. No, more like 7 years ago.
Welcome back, hero.
We in space. So you should write in the comments if we should make a song on this. If y'all would want to hear that, that would be cool. I think we should. Sounds good to me. What do you think? Yes? Boom.
You the GOAT, man. That was actually incredible. I can't believe I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite beats, man. But anyways, yeah, bro.
Yeah, can you send me that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wow. So yes.
Wow.
Always. The answer to that question is always. What about you? What's your first?
Bruh. That beat. That was fire. Yeah, man. So you're a producer, right? So you said you got, I guess for me, the first time, and I'm not a big GTA guy, but let's give GTA some props for having the radio stations
Super
on
cool.
GTA 3, man, and then Vice City, but GTA 3 just having the Stretch Armstrong radio was it? And I just remember hearing Boom by Royce, DJ Premier.
Yep.
On
And
that
it has
radio
some
station.
deep cuts on there too.
That was
bro.
the first time I heard that song. Other than that, it would definitely be. I just remember having a pocket full of quarters, playing Third Strike at the arcade, man, and just hearing the Third Strike, the selection, the character selection joint, fire. But let's get into this top 5, bro.
Boom.
Top
Let's
5
do it.
favorite video game soundtracks, bro. What you got?
A couple honorable mentions real quick. We got Zelda Ocarina of Time that used to be in my top 5, but I got something that really recently knocked it out.
It's been removed.
Earthbound, amazing.
Yes.
Wave Race is from 64.
Wow.
Cold.
Bro, yeah. Wave Race was a very good soundtrack, man.
All right, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to play quick samples. In the interest of time, we're going to make them really quick.
Yo.
Of some of the joints. I'm going to actually play the sample first, and then I'll name it.
Word.
So this is my number 5.
Let's go.
Whoops. I've been working on it for like several months.
I just remember, that sounds so familiar. I remember.
Yeah.
So what is that?
So this is from Nier Automata.
That game.
Yeah. And so that game is like, it's dope. It's good. It's period. However, it's stupid sad.
Yeah.
And I was not playing it at the right time in my life.
Right.
Fresh off a tragedy, and I decided that this was the game I was going to play, and I was like, you know what, maybe I don't want to play this shit anymore. And it also has like 26 endings. I beat it like twice, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm all set. This is a little weird, but the soundtrack is phenomenal. So that's my number 5, Nier Automata. All right, jumping into number 4, we've got Oops.
Okay, we got here.
Hey. So this is Brave Fencer Musashi from the PS, the PS1, PS1. Yep. And if I can find it, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to.
Yeah, man, I like that.
Yeah. So I actually sampled this like many years ago. But Brave Fencer Musashi, that is one of my favorite games from that era. Square Enix, a little cute samurai kid that you play as. Super cold box art. The box art is sweet as fuck. It's got the best box art like maybe of all time of any video game. But anyways, yes, love it. That's my number 4. Number 3. This actually got demoted a little bit, bro.
Oh wow.
But my number 3, I mean, this is not gonna be a surprise if you know anything about it.
Let's go, boy.
That brought the acid jazz out, dog. So cold, bro. They had the idea to break out acid jazz in a fighting game soundtrack, bro.
Come on.
Unbelievable. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, obviously, is my number 3.
Bro.
Needs no introduction. Now, my number 2 and 1 are not going to be surprises. If you've heard this podcast at all before, you'll know that one of my favorite games ever is...
Let's go.
This is the theme that plays when you fight. Any fight scene has this beat in it, and it's like, bro, this shit is so epic, dog. I love it. And it's a loop. It just does this for like 7 minutes straight, and that's all you need. So yeah, Shenmue. That's my number 2.
Love it.
And then my number 1, bro. This got promoted, but you'll see why.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Hey.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select and make it first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select and make it first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one.
Yo, so the funny part about this. Also, I just to make sure I give it true justice. I gotta play the intro to this shit too, bro. The intro to that's a dope one right there too. But the intro to, and of course this is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Yes, sir.
The intro, bro, is super soulful for like no reason at all, dog.
For sure.
It's like. Dog, and they bring out the roads. Hold on, let me see where I find that shit right quick, bro. Oops. And also the select. If you don't know already, the character select is a whole ass. It's a 5-minute long song with 3 verses in it.
Bro, it's fire.
So, man, come on, man, give me the main.
Yeah, you
joint.
need when the game first comes on. So good, man. So good. Yes, sir.
Woo, they brought the 90s neo jazz soul out on y'all ass. This shit fire, dog.
Oh my goodness.
Hell yeah, bro.
So good.
Super cool.
Amazing. Let's go. I All
right.
I love it.
So there we go. That's those are the top 5. You've got Nier Automata number 5, Brave Fencer Musashi number 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 number 2, Shenmue number 3 actually, Shenmue number 2, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike number 1. There's a lot of like numbers in there that throw you off there, but also I do that shit all the time, so fuck it. Boom.
I love it.
I'm
about to
you gotta
email you
me
real quick so you can pull up
the joints.
Pull up my links. Yeah, bro. Like the Nier Automata one, I like it.
It's fire.
I like it a lot, actually. Not familiar, but I do like it. It was super dope. But geez, man, Third Strike, my goodness, so good. So I just sent you mine. So go ahead, click on that. Click on that number 5. Click on that number 5.
It hasn't come in yet. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Right, bro.
Yeah.
Broke it down on y'all ass.
Man. Boom, dun, 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 dun. So fire, dog. Click on that number 5 for your boy. Look, man. Look, bro. I've waited so long to get like a game that just really just musically, aesthetically, just like, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Edo Japan. And this soundtrack for Ghost of Tsushima, it is amazing. It just puts you there. It's so good, and I just really wanted to always have a game that had like just a super crispy, like traditional Japanese soundtrack, not a video gamey sounding soundtrack,
totally,
but like a classic like Japanese, you know what I mean? And this
100%.
Ghost of Tsushima soundtrack really gives you that, and I loved it so much. I think it's amazing. It's coming out on vinyl. I'm about to get it when it comes out on vinyl. I really loved this soundtrack, man.
Another game that has an authentic, like crispy sounding ass Japanese soundtrack is Genji Dawn of the Samurai.
Okay.
For PS2, and eagle-eared listeners may recognize a joint from Sword of Nature from there as well.
Hey.
Boom.
So my number 5 is Ghost of Tsushima, man. Off top, definitely got to give it its props. I love it.
Boom.
So number 4, man. Let's go. Let's jump into Sega Dreamcast, man. Let's jump into the Dreamcast. Come on. Let's go. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on. Jet Set Radio.
Come on, man.
Check it out. Bro, this shit funky as fuck. Right? Yeah, no, this shit cold.
Look, man, Jet Set Radio, Jet Grind Radio, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Dreamcast, I was obsessed with this game. And this is the game, bro, that really made me want to be involved in hip-hop somehow. Remember, I told you I started off wanting to be a DJ before I started rapping, man. And I had turntables when I was a kid. I was really into DJing before I started wanting to rap, man. And Jet Grind Radio, man, I'm telling you, bro, that's the one.
Yeah. Shout out to my cousin Haas. He and I bonded over that game. That game's sweet as fuck.
Fantastic. Amazing soundtrack.
And also, like, just a dope-ass, like, creative-ass game.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Super hip-hop, too, man. But, yeah, I loved it. Jet Grind Radio, amazing game, amazing soundtrack.
Boom.
Again, shout out to the Dreamcast, bro. Let's get that number 3 real quick.
Hey, let's go.
We're gonna have some similarities, man, from here on out. But you already know. Come on, bro.
Everybody knows, dog.
Just the the whole like acid house music jazz of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It was different and it was amazing, bro. It's just this, even the stage, like the stage levels on here too, so good, bro. So yeah, man, I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2 soundtrack. I used to leave it on the character select screen just so I could listen to this song over and over again.
I want to take you for a ride.
I want to take you for a ride. But yeah, man, awesome. So we share a similarity in that. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2, definitely my number 3. Let's get into that number 2. You already played you already played my favorites from this one.
Okay.
But yeah, bro, let's go. Street Fighter Third Strike. Y'all already know.
Woo!
This is my other favorite song.
This actually is my favorite.
Oh, word.
I was
okay.
gonna go with this one, but I wanted to do the more iconic one.
Bro, crazy. Ibuki's stage theme. Just the whole game soundtrack, man. The whole, it's so jazzy, it's funky, it's
Got
hip hop.
some jungle drum and bass to it.
Definitely, man. It's just amazing. Another soundtrack that I would love to have on vinyl, man, and just listen to it. But yeah, like I said, this game soundtrack, amazing.
Boom.
And then
Akuma's joint on here too.
Crazy.
Killing Moon. That's
Yeah,
just
man.
fire as hell.
And just really was my, it's like I said before, this game was my intro to like hip hop being in video games, which was nuts. But let's get into that number 1. Let's go, man. Let's get into that number 1. You gotta let this ride for like 35 seconds, bro. Let's go. Mega Man 02, my favorite game soundtrack ever. This game, the Mega Man soundtracks, period, bro, they're so good.
Boom.
Bro, once it hits like 36, it just has this really sick breakdown, man. Let's go. Wait for it. Let's go.
Hey.
Come on, man. Let's go. Fire.
Nigga.
Yo, this game starts off with this. This game starts off and you're like in the desert, and
I remember this shit,
he's
bro.
like wounded, and this song plays. Oh my goodness,
Bro, it's like every Mega Man, especially Mega Man X, they always start you off right in the middle of the shit immediately.
Right, and you're hurt.
Off
and you
top.
can't use all your moves.
Man, what the fuck is going on, bro?
But
Like,
yeah, bro.
you ain't gonna let me even warm up to this fucking game?
But Mega Man 02 is definitely my favorite game soundtrack ever. It's so good. There's so many. This is a lot of bangers on here. This is my favorite one. That's why I picked this one. But yeah, bro. Mega Man games in general, but Mega Man 02 is definitely my all-time favorite video game soundtrack.
Hell
so run that top 5 off again. Number 5, Ghost of Tsushima with the crispy, like authentic, classic Japanese sounding soundtrack. Number 4, Jet Grind Radio. Number 3, Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Number 2, Street Fighter Third Strike. And number 1, Mega Man 02. A lot of honorable mentions out there, man. Earthbound, Pokemon Red and Blue, Skies of Arcadia, Vector Man,
Hell yeah,
Bomberman
Vector Man.
64 is a super slept on one. That game had a really good soundtrack. What about even Knights? Remember Knights on Sega Saturn?
Bruh.
Such a good soundtrack, man.
Dog, that first level of Knights has one
Bro.
of the most amazing songs ever on it.
Knights was really good. Final Fantasy 7. There's so many good ones, man. But y'all make sure y'all comment, man, on Instagram, YouTube. Let us know what your favorite video game soundtracks are, man. I'll listen to them. So yeah, man. Episode 58.
Here, hold on. I got something for y'all. Here's a video game sample that y'all might not have even known. Those of you who are Noveliss fans listening to the Cerebral Apex.
Hey,
This is from Shenmue.
let's go.
Welcome back, hero.
Put a fist up, now I've mastered the art of the gift. Legend of the intelligent, martial artist versus the martial law. Unite the people, march on the law. Brothers of the red surface, my head hurting from the darkest thoughts. Testing my limits, speak with my hands, my verbiage.
Wow, what'd you say?
That's a Shenmue sample.
It is a Shenmue sample.
Amazing.
Boom, so there it is, dog. I'm really like I could literally do a whole podcast on just this.
On video game music.
Yep.
For sure, man. I mean, I'm that all right, here we go. Let's start taking the quick couple minutes and you just bring we just bring one video game song and we play it for a couple seconds.
Boom, let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey man, episode 58 in the books. Thank y'all for listening. Join the Discord, man. Join the Discord. Me and Hero actually be on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's a really dope community of people and you guys are hilarious. But also
Hilarious.
most importantly, happy birthday to Rick Brown.
Hey, boom.
Let's go, man. Rick Brown, super first of all,
My brother.
Rick Brown is the sports jersey number encyclopedia, but he's also just super cool dude, man. And he's a big fan of the show and he's a big fan of the music. So shout out to Rick Brown. Happy birthday to Rick Brown. I know his birthday is on Wednesday. Rick, man, you're gonna have to come down. You're gonna have to come down and just be on the episode one day, man.
Yeah, bro. Come fuck with us.
Come down, man. Come be on the episode. Happy birthday, bro. Definitely hope you have a amazing day on Wednesday. And shout out to you, bro. And we just appreciate you supporting and listening to the music and the podcast, bro. So we appreciate you, man. Happy birthday, brother. And with that said, join the Discord. Follow us on Instagram at the SwordCast Pod. If you guys are listening on Spotify, make sure you watch on YouTube, man. We got the video hero, the video technology genius.
Get these niggas the fucking Orange Cassidy lazy thumbs up. The lazy one, nigga.
Hey, man, we love y'all. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back.
Peace.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge up. Prior to my knowledge of the force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast.